responsibly on the next page. If we can hear the words from Sinai, then love will flow from us, and we shall serve all that is holy with all our intellect and all our passion and all our life.
If we can serve all that is holy, we shall be doing all that humans can to help the rains to flow, the grasses to be green, the grains to be golden like the sun, and the rivers to be filled with life once more.
All the children of God shall eat, and there will be enough. But if we turn from Sinai's words and serve only what is common and profane, making gods of our own comfort or power, then the holiness of life will contract for us. Our world will grow inhospitable.
Let us therefore lace these words into our passion and our intellect, and bind them as a sign upon our hands and eyes. Let us write them in the midst upon our doors, and teach them to our children.
Let us honor the generations that come before us, keeping the promise for those yet to be. And now a word from me. First, I want to say how happy I am that you are all here to support us on this very special day. If you told me 10 years ago that I would be reading from the Torah, I would have told you you are nuts. Each of us standing here in front of you today are representative of a growing number of adults who want more from life. Some of us have raised children and are entering a new chapter in our lives, while others are discovering Judaism along with their young families. Whether born into Judaism or Jews by choice, we are all proof that Jews take memorable and challenging journeys. To be honest, I was most excited about learning to read Hebrew. At first, my daughter Adrienne would listen to me stumble over the letters, correcting me and encouraging me, much the way I did many years ago as she learned to read English. Once the letters began to form words, I struggled with the unfamiliar vocabulary. How could I possibly learn to read a language that I don't normally hear? Then it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was learning a language that I only hear bits and pieces of, not conversationally. I had a handful of sight words, but for the most part, I was illiterate. My focus turned to learning more than just my Torah portion and prayers. I wanted to learn modern Hebrew. Language has always fascinated me. In American English, 26 shapes put in specific orders with spaces, dashes, dots, and other forms of punctuation can express ideas which can evoke a smile, a tear, a giggle, or a memory in a reader. Your senses are stirred to see, smell, feel, taste, and hear sounds described in a story if the writer has the skills to use language in a creative manner. Words speak to us. Today I will hold a yod. It's a tiny hand with an index finger extended. This tool is used to minimize the oils and dirt that touches the Torah. My half-Torah portion mentions the hand of God. Hands are very important to me. They are how I earn my living. They are how I communicate on my computer. They are how I am able to express myself. Yod means nothing in English, but it means so much in Hebrew. Through the process of discovering biblical Hebrew, I also became acutely aware of the issues of literacy and the process of language acquisition. An infant acquires language naturally through contact with his or her parents, other people in the vicinity, the media, and self-talk, babbling, if you will. When a person is not exposed to language until later in life, whether this is due to hearing loss, isolation, or brain injury, learning language can be very difficult. The human brain holds the language window open wide in the developmental years and slowly closes by the time a child is about 7 years old. Learning a second language is possible if there is immersion in, such as moving to a foreign country or associating with individuals who actively use this new language. For us, Hebrew is not highly accessible, and each of us struggled along the way, from recognizing letters to reading words to decoding sentences, and finally to read entire passages from the Torah and Haftarah. Are we fluent? Absolutely not. Many people in this country do not have reading skills. Many, even more citizens in developing countries, yearn to learn but are without resources. While there are dozens of nonprofit organizations collecting money or books or school supplies to help bridge the gap between those who read and those who want to learn, the most important step is to read. Read to yourself, read to your children, read to your parents. Volunteer to read to a stranger in a literacy program. Today I will read from the Torah. I said I wouldn't even do that. Millions of others before me have also read from the Torah, and millions more are looking forward to having this experience. Never think you're too old. Never think picking up a new language is impossible. Thank you for letting me read to you today. Shabbat Shalom. We continue responsibly on the bottom of page 120.
The eternal